All right, let's get into it. Today we're diving into a really great fable. It's all about greed, loyalty, and, you guessed it, a champion goat who turns out to be way more trouble than he's worth. So, picture this, the small village of Haripur. It has a local hero, a magnificent goat. But, of course, every hero needs a villain, and our conflict kicks off with a thief who decides he's going to make that prize his own.
Now you gotta understand, this was not just any old goat. The local leader, the Chaudhary, had basically built a dynasty here. For 5 years running, his goat has won the big annual competition. This makes the champion the most valuable, most sought-after animal in the whole region.
And here he is. Meet Mitha, our antagonist. He looks at this amazing animal and doesn't see a champion. He just sees a walking pile of money. So he makes this super bold promise to the leader of his own village. I'll get you the goat, you just have to pay my price. It's all about pure, simple greed.
Okay, so let's properly introduce the star of our show, shall we? The champion goat himself, the absolute pride of Haripur village.
So on one side, you've got the good guys. There's the respected owner, the Chaudhary, and his prize champion, Magha. But the most important person here is Bittu, the caretaker. This guy is so loyal, he'd do absolutely anything for that goat. You see, for them, Magha isn't just an animal. He's a symbol of their village's honor.
Now that we know what's at stake, the story shifts. It's time to talk about the plot against our champion. This is where we get into the thieves' greedy plan and, a perfect opportunity for betrayal.
For a guy like Mitha, all the pieces just seem to fall perfectly into place. He's got his target, Magha. He's got his motive, a huge payday. And then the golden ticket, his big opportunity. The one day the goat's #1 protector, Bittu, is going to be out of town.
On paper, the plan looks kind of foolproof, right? Step 1, let the guardian leave. Check. Step 2, take out the rest of the security with a knockout bomb. Easy. Step 3, grab the goat and get out clean. Simple, effective. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, as it turns out, pretty much everything could go wrong. This is the moment where that simple plan slams headfirst into a very complicated and, honestly, a pretty hilarious reality.
And here's exactly where it all falls apart. The plan was to knock out the guards, but the reality? Well, the knockout bomb works a little too well. It takes out the guards and Mitha's own incompetent buddies. So much for a quick getaway. It instantly turns into a panicked, one-man scramble to save the mission.
Oh, you could just feel the rage. Mitha sees his own guys passed out on the ground right next to the guards he was trying to knock out. He's forced to do everything himself. Somehow, he actually manages to grab the goat, but let's be real, the whole operation is already a total disaster. Mitha might think, okay, phew, the hard part's over. But he's forgotten a really, really important detail. A champion goat isn't just valuable, it's strong, and it has a mind of its own. And this, right here, becomes Mitha's biggest problem. See, he stole a champion, not some quiet little lamb. He's about to find out that actually having the prize and controlling the prize are two completely different things.
What happens next is just a timeline of pure, uncut chaos. First thing in the morning, Magha completely overpowers Mitha's wife and bolts. By midday, he's tearing through the village market like a tornado. And then, by the afternoon, and this is the best part, in a beautiful moment of irony, he's rampaging through the vegetable fields of the very same Sardar who was supposed to buy.
Yeah, Mitha's wife, Nasibo. She finds this out the hard way. The goat doesn't just run off, it literally knocks her flat and takes off. And you can hear in her voice, she's not just scared of the goat, she's terrified of what her husband is going to do when he learns his big payday is on the loose. So this chaos can't go on forever. While Mitha's desperately trying to clean up the mess he made, our hero, Bittu, is on his trail. The final showdown between loyalty and greed is about to kick off. So after a crazy chase, Mitha and his friends finally manage to corner the goat. They set up a net, throw some food down, and just like that, the rampaging champion is caught. Again. For just a second, it actually looks like Mitha's horrible plan might actually work out.
But wait, they're not alone. Our loyal caretaker, Bittu, he's tracked them down. He's watching this whole thing go down from the shadows. So that's the big question, right? The goat's in the net, the thieves are about to make a run for it. Is this really the end for our champion, Magha?
No way.
Not a chance. See, Biddu isn't just loyal, he's smart. He knows he doesn't have to fight them head on. Oh no, he has a much, much better plan.
And Bitu's plan is just brilliant. While the thieves are busy with the goat, he sneaks over and quietly punctures their getaway tire. Boom, getaway stopped. Then he goes and rounds up all the angry villagers, points right at Mitha and exposes him as the thief from the other village. He connects all the dots for everyone, revealing that the goat that just destroyed the Sardar's fields was brought there by Mitha himself. Just like that, the whole crowd turns on them.
So in the end, everybody gets exactly what's coming to them. Mitha's greed gets him a punishment of forced labor in the very fields his stolen prize destroyed. Biddu's loyalty and smarts make him a hero. And Magha, well, he just goes home to do what he does best, win another championship. You know, when you really break it down, this story is the perfect recipe. It's about 70% sweet justice being served with a solid 20% of pure goat-related chaos and, a 10% lesson in how not to pull off a heist. The moral of the story is as timeless as they come, right? Loyalty and courage pay off. Greed and cheating, well, they lead straight to your own downfall. And in this case, a downfall that involves a lot of manual labor.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Mitha's whole mess makes you wonder, what really happens when the prize you're so desperate to steal turns out to be way more trouble than it's worth?